Hi, Felix Smith, Salesforce.
Chris, it's good to finally meet you.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad Kevin got us connected.
I am too. To be honest, I don't know why he was hiding you from me. I didn't know he even had a connection with Salesforce.
Yes. So, before I start, we're still good for the 10-minute slot that we agreed upon?
10 minutes, totally fine. If we end up having to go a little bit past, that's okay with me. No worries.
Okay. Is there anyone else that needs to step in to this meeting, hear any additional information?
I think Kevin may have mentioned Mark to you,
Okay.
because it was kind of last minute, but I
Mhm.
wasn't sure if I'd even be able to make it. But Mark, Mark should be involved in this. I'll cue him in on this, but in the future we can get him. You can get him on any meetings in the future if we have any.
Okay, absolutely. You don't mind if I take notes, do you?
Oh no, I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, while I'm just getting all this set up, you have any plans for the weekend?
For the weekend, it has been a long time, but I think I'm finally gonna get some golfing done.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it's beautiful weather this weekend. It's been raining nonstop, so I'm really looking forward to that. You golf?
No, I do play other sports though, I do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
try it sometime. We'd be happy to have you. We always like having another one.
I'm willing to try it out. So, Kevin mentioned that you're looking to implement a CRM system. Is that correct?
That is the case. So right now, we're familiar with Microsoft. We've been looking a bit at Microsoft 365. We haven't made any commitments or really I haven't even sat down for a demo with them. But in addition to that, Sugar CRM was another one. So yeah, we're definitely in the market.
Absolutely. So, when it comes to finding and implementing that potential CRM system, what does the decision-making process look like?
Yeah, in terms of just like how quickly I'm gonna make it, how fast I plan to implement it. Is that kind of what you're asking?
Yes.
So this might not be the best thing. I'm aware of it of myself. I tend to make pretty fast decisions, so I like to get into it and I like to try to get all the knowledge I can, and I try to make a fast but informed decision, right? So like I mentioned, Microsoft, I'm going to be doing a demo with them next week, and so I want to have a CRM ready to be rolled out by the end of the year. I'm not saying I want to have all my employees trained on it, but that is what I would like. I want this to be ready for next year, rolling this out.
I see. Just for additional information, what is the current system that Linux is using?
So right now, you know, we really don't have a CRM. I think I mentioned that, but we've just been doing what's comfortable, what's convenient, and for us, that's Microsoft. It's the easiest. Anyone comes in, they already have some experience with Microsoft. Maybe they're not an expert on Excel, but they do have some experience. Um, but yeah, my issue with it is that there isn't any real connectivity. Sure, you can share an Excel spreadsheet, but you're not getting real time data. If you're one of my salespeople and you're out in the floor, you're out in the field, you're inputting data, I don't see that in real time, and that's a pretty big issue with me. You're like, let's say you get a new lead, you reach out to them, it doesn't go anywhere. I could have another salesperson reach out to the same person because there's no connectivity, there's no collaboration. So those are some of the main issues that I'm facing right now.
How long have you been experiencing these issues with connectivity and real-time data?
See, the thing is that this has kind of been an issue for years. It hasn't really come to my attention that it's actually an issue up until these CRMs have become more robust and they've become more of the industry norm. So I guess what I'm saying is I just feel like we're falling a little bit behind technologically in these aspects. And so it's really been the last couple years especially that I felt that.
Have these issues resulted in the loss of any customer relationships?
I I don't think lost. When we get a client, we tend to hold on to him. But with that being said, I know for a fact that we have had issues with this, and it's because I have had to get involved, right? At one point, we had a client, and they got reached out to on 3 different occasions, having the same conversation
Mhm.
every time. So finally, they were just like, I already told this to 2 other people. And so then I get involved because this is a high value client, this is an important client, and I don't want my clients to feel disrespected. That's not what we're about here at Linux,
Absolutely.
right? And so, yeah, that's just like, we haven't lost any, but I guess I could say we've had close calls.
Mm. And segueing, you said you had close calls with losing those customer relationships. How would a continued lack of connectivity and real-time data not only affect those relationships with your clients, but also with your employees?
But with my employees, I just feel like I'm not really setting them up for success at this point. And I have some salespeople that are doing incredibly, like, we have great salespeople, but if I could have a means of having all of their information shared with one another to where they could readily collaborate, I really think that would help them a lot getting new, having success with current clients, but it would also just free up time for them to look for new prospects, right? I could see that having, a huge positive effect if I could improve upon it.
Mm. So you mentioned connectivity and collaboration as something that you're looking to improve upon. How do you think Linux would be impacted if you were able to gain more connectivity and collaboration within your organization? Like, how would that affect your efficiency?
I mean, I think, like, if I'm looking at it in terms of, I could get more specific, but I think if I'm looking at it in terms of just long terms, I think that would just inevitably increase revenue, right? That, like, really, I want my salespeople to look for these new clients. I want to make this convenient because that makes Linux more money. And so, yeah, my hope would be that implementing a new CRM, improving this connectivity, improving this real-time data, I'm hoping that this would just improve revenue long term.
Absolutely. And I know you might have mentioned it a little bit too, but if Salesforce were to provide Linux with a more cohesive platform, how would that impact the company?
In terms of cohesive, I just think it would make everyone's lives easier. Yeah, like I mentioned, I can't see people's information, their real-time data. Being able to see that would immediately simplify my life. It would immediately make it so that I don't have to spend extra time looking for that, calling for that, right? Bothering my salespeople when I'm trying to get them out. I just think it would make, like, a more cohesive system. It would just make us a more, I hate to repeat it, but just a more cohesive unit as a whole. It would be a strict positive for us.
Absolutely. So just to review what we went over in this meeting, your main issues you feel are with connectivity and collaboration and access to real-time data with your current system.
Yeah, I think that about summarizes the main issues that we've been having.
Absolutely. Well, I do believe Salesforce has what you're looking for when it comes to the CRM system. I would love to schedule a follow-up meeting, maybe even give you a demo of our product. Would next Thursday at 1 o'clock work?
Thursday at 1? Yeah, I 100% be down for a demo. Do you want Mark there?
Whoever you feel needs to see the CRM, have the information about the CRM, bring them all to the meeting, bring everyone.
Sounds good. You said Thursday at 1?
Yes.
Great, I'll see you then.
Absolutely. Thank you for having this meeting with me.
Of course, I'm happy to have you.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful day.
You too.